Good morning and welcome to Friday Live. And like every Friday, we are coming to you live from
Oklahoma, where the wind comes sweeping down the plain, and the waving wheat can sure smell sweet when the wind comes right behind the rain.
All right. Kick this baby off and having a grand old time here. You may hear a train running in the background. I am running a test. I've had an intermittent problem, primarily due to the climate change in the garage here, and so I've taken some steps to correct the intermittent problem that I was having, and so far it is looking good. So we'll get to that in a bit. And thank you, Andy, that the sound is 5x5. I knew it should be because our West Coast contingent is he and I have been talking. So let's go ahead and bring him on up from the great state of. Artie, our Army Makey. How are you doing?
I like this hat. Put my glasses on so I don't get seaweed in my eyes.
Yeah, there you go. A seaweed veil. That's what you got.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
goodness.
I'm here.
You got a little bit of croup.
Yeah, I was telling Steve probably about 30 minutes ago, I'm laying in bed going, I sure hope Steve has a show this morning, because if I get up and there's no show, I'm going to go back to bed. And I have no real reason. I mean, we ate modestly. It's cooled off. We've been turning the furnace off at night. So, you're in bed in the morning and it's nice and comfortable. And, you're looking at the clock with one eye, go, I don't have to do anything. Oh, Steve may be waiting for me. I better get up. So, got up, hit the button, coffee going. By the way, I see everybody in chat. Hi, guys. I like that. Steve will be noticing. Ray Burleson should have a package by next weekend.
Let's go ahead and run through our roll call. First in and giving the cookie this morning was our favorite pilot. Good morning, Andy, and welcome. Next on our hit parade was our favorite birthday boy. And
wonder who that could be.
Yeah, I wonder who that could be.
Say it's your birthday. It's my birthday too, yeah. Say it's your birthday. We're gonna have a good.
I think that makes it 448 or so.
Somewhere around there. It's nearing 500.
Good morning, John, and
that's what we're calling Methuselah.
Yeah, and let's see, our next contestant. There he is. is our buddy Ray Burleson.
Pristine, puffing, fire-breathing, awesome 10-wheel locomotives, and the conductor's watch looked as big as one of my grandmother's biscuits. Yes, I remember you, Carolina, grand old lady of the South. I remember you as home.
Welcome, Ray. And another one of our kind of Rays is our buddy from down in San Antonio, Mr. Ray Rod.
The magic dragon lives by the sea and frolicked in the autumn mist in a land called Honolulu.
All righty. Good morning, Ray Rod, and welcome to you as well. And in the past, I haven't had an intro, and I never did figure out why I didn't, but I got one now. Our buddy Bernard now has an intro video like everybody else. Good morning and welcome, Bernard. You are now, not that you weren't, but you're now an official member of the stream. Sorry, I couldn't help myself with that. I was trying to figure out what to use, and Barney just hopped in my mind. So, okay, is that everybody? I think. Did I miss anybody? That's
Yeah,
all
I
I
think
got with us
everybody's
this morning.
probably sleeping in or shopping or forgot what day it was or something. Yeah.
Yep. All right. And I hope everybody had enough turkey yesterday. I know the Childers household did. We had, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8 of us here. And, oh, there's JD has joined us. So
Yeah.
can't forget Grandpa.
Another
Billy.
John.
Yeah.
Tell me about the good old days. Sometimes it feels like this world's gone crazy.
As Ray Ron said, yeah, food coma and in California for the weekend. Oh, okay. For those that don't know, Ray Ron's fiance is in California. So
I've met Ray Ron out here. In fact, I keep forgetting what his first name is. I have to look it up.
well, I know it, but if he wanted it said, then he would say it.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna. But anyway, all right, and so yeah, we had 8 people here. It's a Childers tradition that we murder turkeys for Thanksgiving, and that does not mean I go out and shoot them and chop the head off and pluck them and do all that stuff. No. We buy turkeys and then we deep fry them for people that we know, for ourselves and others. Because if you're gonna spend the money on the peanut oil, which is $50 for 3 gallons, then you might as well utilize it. And you can usually get 7 to 8 turkeys out of it before the oil's so contaminated that it turns the turkey black. But we inject them with Cajun Creole butter and then rub them down with Tony Chachere's Cajun spice. and fry them in 300, roughly 375 degree peanut oil for 3 to 4 minutes per pound. And I guarantee it is the juiciest turkey that you have ever had. Providing you don't have any allergies to the seasoning or the peanut oil.
That could be a problem.
Yeah, that would be problematic. So I murdered 2 turkeys for neighbors, and then we did 2 for ourselves. And with all the trimmings except for cranberry sauce, nobody eats it, so why make it? And Ray Brown wants to know if there's any good deals, Black Friday deals on trains. I have spent my budget for the year. And JD can attest to that. He was there and saw all my purchases and helped egg me on too. So,
our household
talking about
is the oddballs, because we had 0 turkey, no turkey. I don't really care for turkey. I mean, I'll eat it, but I don't really care for it. My wife doesn't care for it. The family we had come over, they're not really turkey eaters. And all the trouble and all the fixing and everything, don't really appreciate it. So we had chicken. We had stuffed chicken breast. My wife made a whole bunch of them. Then we had all the other fixings and cranberries and, ambrosia. We had yams. We had all that stuff. In fact, my wife made so much stuff. I asked her later, I said, you didn't have this and that. And she goes, there was no room on my plate. I said, well, you could have put smaller portions. No, but I wanted it. So
nobody left here hungry, that's for sure. And
same here.
John said it's not Thanksgiving without cranberry sauce, but the key question there, John, is does anybody eat it?
We had it, we ate it, and we enjoyed it.
So we don't make it. But we had 2 types of dressing, regular dressing and oyster dressing. I love my oyster dressing. And we had, of course, the green bean casserole that my wife loads up heavily with bacon bits, or not bacon bits, but chopped up bacon. And ginger carrots, no yams, but ginger carrots. What else? Rolls. Corn. And there was other stuff, but needless to say, there was, John loves cranberry sauce. Oh my God. All right, John, everybody, is entitled to what they love. So, but since nobody eats it here, we don't make it.
I don't know how my wife cooked it up. She actually took real cranberries and cooked them. And I came out, not yesterday morning, the morning before, and here was this pot on the stove, and I thought she'd left something on there and burnt it. And fortunately, I didn't throw it out. But that was the base for her cranberry thing, and she'd added stuff to it. And yeah, it was good. She made a corn, she calls it a pudding, but it's more like a cake in a big casserole thing. Mostly corn, cream of corn, a bunch of stuff. And it bakes up like a big, about this big around, like a big muffin with a muffin top on it. And you cut into it, just super soft. I don't think there's any of that left this morning. But anyway, carry on. Carry on.
Bernard, we used to smoke turkeys. That's my second favorite way of having
What kind of papers did you use to roll them up and smoke those turkeys?
That's what Ray was saying. It's hard to find papers big enough to smoke the turkeys. So, but there's a place just north of Waco. The town is called West Texas. All right, it's not actually in West Texas. It's just on I-35 north of Waco. And there's a place that specializes in smoked turkeys. So in the old days, when we were heading up San Antonio to my aunt and uncle's house in Arkansas, we'd stop in there and I'd buy a smoked turkey for our Thanksgiving dinner. So, and then I had back in those days, back in the 80s, I did have a smoker, and I'd spend all night, all right, smoking and basting that damn turkey. Well, I could do a 14-pound turkey in less than an hour deep frying it. So no more sleepless nights. That's the other reason why I like murder turkeys. So.
So is this going to be the cooking show, or you got any training?
It just might be. You know, Andy, you know, over there in England, he's going, maybe we ought to have a Thanksgiving here with all this food. Well, Andy, my good friend that lives in Manchester, you know, whenever we'd talk about Thanksgiving here, and he'd ask me, do you know when Thanksgiving is in England? And I'd say, no, Tim, when is Thanksgiving in England? He'd say 4th of July.
Yeah, I get it.
For those who don't get it, that's the day England got rid of us. All right. They just changed the storyline a little bit.
When I was working at one of the big car dealerships, they always gave out turkeys to all the employees. And one year they had a goose and something else. I forget what it was. And literally they had a lottery for that goose. Everybody wanted the goose.
Yeah.
Somebody got it. I didn't get it, but somebody got it. And
I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, yeah. First of all, don't be like one of my old bosses. One of my old bosses tried to deep fry his turkey in his kitchen.
oh,
All right. No, you don't do that. You get outside, all right, away from the house.
Yeah.
To fry the turkey. As a matter of fact, let me see if I can bring up. Hang on. What I have done the last two houses.
you turn the lights on?
Huh?
You went black, dark.
I did. That I'm still here. Don't worry.
Oh, okay.
I'm bringing up a different.
I thought maybe a power outage. I've been reading about the weather in Texas. I mean, there's some places that this week got hit pretty hard.
Yeah. Crop that down. Okay, so the last two houses that we've had. Oh, that's reversed. Hang on a second. Okay. The last two houses we've had, I put in these fire pits. So that the fryer itself sits right down in that fire pit. Yeah, Circus Arena burner. Yeah, it's a fire pit. Anyway, the fryer, the burner, sits right in that. Okay, so that when the grease spoils, the first thing you do, you got to make sure the turkey's drained. All right, it's going to be moist. That's not a problem, but you want to get all the liquid out of it. You don't want to drop a frozen turkey or one that hadn't been drained thoroughly into hot oil, because what does that do? It explodes into a ball of fire. All right, and they also will overflow as the fire will. And I have two different size pots. One I can do 14 pounders, the other I can do 25 pounders. But the bigger pot means more oil. 3 gallons of oil is $50. If I want to do a 25 pound turkey, I've got to have 6 to 9 gallons. So it gets real expensive to do large turkeys. But
Steve,
that's what I use.
I have to interrupt you.
Sure.
I tried to make a comment in chat, and it says, I got to lean forward to read it. This comment has failed to pass or post to Steve Childers Retirement Railroad.
Okay.
I can only think of one reason why.
Why is that?
Because, comments are about, the turkey frozen and all like that. And I said, it helps to make sure the turkey's dead. And it won't let me post that because I said dead.
Yeah, probably so.
I'm
Hey,
sorry.
there's younger Steve. Steve 87. Peace out.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning, Steve. Glad you could make it. I know normally you're working at this time of the day. And but I'm presuming you have Friday off. We were just talking about turkeys and deep frying them. So I still
It does help to make sure the turkey's dead when you put it in. If they're alive, they're going to put up a fight.
Yeah. They will scream. And anyway, here nor there. Now, Lynn nor I have any new acquisitions this week, being the short week that it was. And but I did complete a Workbench Wednesday for next Wednesday, and it centers around the issue I've been having down here. Right here.
You want to make it bigger? I don't need to take up all the screen. So.
Yeah, I can do that.
If you want.
Yeah. I've had intermittent problems down here due to temperature changes and rail expansion, contraction, et cetera. And so I addressed that this week, and I've been running the test on it this morning, and so far it has been running for about 45 minutes without issue.
Ding.
So it appears that I have corrected the issue, and on Wednesday you'll be able to see what I determined the issue or issues to be and how I corrected it or them. So and Steve was saying that frozen deep fried turkeys
Yes.
puts on the best show. Yes, it does. Just almost as good as 4th of July fireworks. Now, I've never had an issue. I've never had an issue where I put the house in danger. But early on in the mid 90s, I had a weeping mulberry tree. I think that's what it was called, where the branches hang down. And I hadn't trimmed them in a while, and I set the fryer up perhaps a little too close to the tree, and we'd gone like 100 days without rain. So everything was pretty dry, including that tree. And I did light it up, and one of the people went to grab the hose, and no, let the tree burn. Now, why do you think I would say that, Lynn?
Because well, two reasons. One, you didn't like the tree. Number two, you do not want water in your oil.
No kidding. If it caught the tree on fire to begin with, it would really light it up and add fuel to that fire. So
Wasn't there some kind of a test? I don't know, back in the 70s or something like that. I've heard one story, it was an airplane. I heard another story, it was a locomotive. But they were looking for a windshield that would protect against birds.
oh yeah.
And they fired a frozen one instead of a thawed out one.
Yeah, by mistake.
And it literally went right on through everything.
Yes.
Don't know if it was a turkey
And-
or not, but yeah.
Oh, I have, you see these, hang on a second. Hang on a second. Okay. You see the ads on Facebook a lot for different things.
Oh yeah.
And about 2 months ago, they had an ad for a shirt. So I bought the shirt. Okay. And what it was is a shirt based upon,
W
I'm sharing it now. If y'all have never seen or have
W
seen and
K
want to get another good laugh, go watch that link I just put.
R P W K R P.
Yes. Yes. Okay. This is an episode from 1978 WKRP in Cincinnati, which, in my opinion, was one of the top 5 episodes of any sitcom ever produced. All right,
Agreed.
in my opinion. And those of you that are older will probably remember watching it live. And I was in college at the time, so I think the first time I saw it, like most of my college career, I was semi-inebriated, and it has it's just funnier than hell to watch. And yeah, they routinely, or I don't know if they still do. Steve would probably know better than anybody. Oh yeah, Steve just put there chicken chucker, and they routinely test aircraft engine windshields by shooting fresh thawed turkeys, not frozen ones. So anyway. But I hope you all have an opportunity to watch that link. And when you think it's over, keep watching because it's not
Yes.
over. All right.
As God is my witness.
Yeah, until you hear that, it's not over. So anyway, I have that shirt, with a picture of Les Nessman on it and all the different sayings from that episode that I wore yesterday. And I was surprised how many people had never, out of the 8 of us, had never seen it before.
Really? Wow. Because
Yeah,
you see
Bernard,
replays of it.
it'd be a hell of a job to. I want to fire the chicken chucker, as Steve called it. All right. I want to be the chicken chucker trigger puller. Oh.
No, that is a classic. When you said top 5, I don't know. It may be number 1. It just
Well, yeah. To me, it is number 1, Lynn. I would agree with you, but everybody has a different opinion.
yeah.
Andy says it'd be a good job for the Swedish chef. So yeah, Bernard, it would be a hell of a job. All right. Chicken chucker. I like that, Steve. That's good. Oh. So we're 30 minutes in, guys. What else is happening?
Well, next weekend, Saturday,
Yes.
I'm going to be ride sharing up to the big town of Ridgecrest, China
Oh,
Lake,
boy.
the southern end of Death Valley.
Okay.
Is they're having some kind of, I forget what it's called, and I don't feel like looking it up. Santa's Workshop, something in the other, at the fairgrounds. And the Ridgecrest Train Club, the Eastern Sierra Railroad Society, they got to have that in there for their, tax thing. So they're going to have an open house, and they're trying to make sure their layout is busy. So they invited anyone from my club to come up and join them. So a bunch of us are going to go up there and run trains, and I'll be sure to take the camera and take a lot of pictures and videos and play trains for the day.
There you
No
go.
train sales that I know of, although the last couple times I've been up there, this is related. I've been buying
Mhm.
boxes of slightly used to extremely used turnout. Steve, you have some. They're set aside. I've got like 4 boxes. Well, 3, because one got shipped this week. Because I promised Ray Burl, Ray's out there. You know which one it is, and he's building a new layout or expanding one. And he saw my setup with all of the track and the leftover turnouts, and he said that he would take anything I wanted to part with. And I said, well, I promised Steve and John, no John again today, but I said, I have one that we talked emails and stuff that you'd really appreciate. One, I don't know if you can use it or not, and I'll toss an extra one in. I don't remember how many I put in the box. I think 3, maybe 4. I really don't remember. I still haven't unpacked from the trip. I have a suitcase that I opened, looked at it, and just closed it back up real fast. But I got 1 box sent, and I got yours to be sent. I don't know when, this year, next year. And you and John can share. I have John's
There we go.
address, but I'll send it to you, and you guys can fight over. These are the turnouts that don't have the spring, so the thing just
Okay.
does this.
And
in the wind.
I'm looking for ones that do have the spring to ship to you.
Right. I was going to say, if they got
Yes.
springs, I'm looking for those. So,
Yes.
but it sounds like I'm going to be president of the HCM MRC next year.
Well,
Couple
good.
reasons. Nobody else wants to do it. We are losing a few members for all kinds of different reasons. One of our original members from way back day one, his wife passed away this year, and he's moving to Texas. I don't know, all these people moving to Texas, but his son lives there, and he's going to move in with his son. So we
Okay.
lost him. We have another. Recently, his wife had a stroke, and where they live is kind of isolated, and he's concerned about taking off for the weekend and leaving her. Another one, his wife died last year, towards the end of the year, and he's been thinking about moving up by Train Mountain. Everybody knows where Train Mountain is.
That's
So
okay.
he has the ride-on trains and stuff like that. So we may lose him. We have one of our younger members just joined the fire department. So we don't know if he's going to stay in the club or not, because he's going to go out putting fires out and stuff like that. So our numbers are getting smaller. We've lost 2 of our shows that we used to do every year. The Santa Barbara Zoo says they're not doing train shows anymore. Kind of figured that. and another park nearby Los Angeles County. They said, yeah, you can still do a train show here, but we want $1,000 a day. So we need Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. That's $3,000 for a weekend.
Wow.
And we're like, no. Maybe $100 a weekend, but not $3,000 for the weekend. That's crazy. So we're thinking about different things to do, and we may start. I'm going to suggest when I become officially president in January that we pick out a weekend every other month and go up to Ridgecrest and just make it a joint, 2 clubs together, run trains. We don't have to haul the trailer. That's a big problem. We don't have to set up modules. You don't have to get a room for the night. You drive up, ride share, save on gas. So we're going to discuss that next weekend besides the Santa's workshop and playing trains at Ridgecrest. So
Cool.
something to look forward to. See what happens.
Yeah.
Either that or
Absolutely.
I'll get kicked out of the club, and I told the guys, a bunch of them are retiring or have retired, that in our bylaws, if the club should ever disband, the trailer, all of the assets and everything are to be sold and divided up. And I said, the way things are going, first off, I wouldn't be around for the next 50 years. Yeah, that's going to happen. And it'll only be 125. But anyways, it could happen. And everybody moving and retiring, I might be the sole survivor and get all this stuff I have no idea what I would do with. But, the other guys all shook their head. They go, no, that ain't happening. So, no, okay. Who knows? Never know.
Yeah.
A hint.
A hint.
Classic model trains, Ron from Billings, Montana.
Yes.
He has been having kind of a rough time. He fell off an RV. He does RV repair, hurt his back real bad twice. His mother, he's had to help her find a place to stay, dementia, age, and stuff like that. So he's been still trying to get videos out. If you go to his channel and look back 3, 4, maybe more videos than that. I was gone for a while. Look up the one that is titled 3 Sisters. That's all I need to say.
Okay.
3 Sisters.
3 sisters.
Interesting video.
Okay.
Somebody's name is mentioned several times.
Oh.
And we negotiated, and I'm expecting a package one of these days. Now, I told him since I was leaving, I don't want it sitting on my front porch for a month. So, but then after he hurt his back and everything, he's been kind of sidetracked. So maybe the first of the year, I'll have a package to share.
Cool.
But look up the 3 Sisters.
3 sisters.
He does really good. He takes his old broken stuff, antique stuff. What do you want to call it? Vintage. And it might be Tyco. It might be, he doesn't do too much brass. Some in, he doesn't like in. It's too hard to work on. Oh, yes. And he takes these things completely apart. And he has no real knowledge other than electrical. He's very good. He knows ohms and volts and all that, but he knows, John found the link to it.
Oh, that's
But
what I
anyway.
was doing. John beat me to it, by golly.
But he takes these things all apart, ultrasonic cleans, super lube, and fixes them all
And he
up,
loves his
gets them
super
running. And
lube.
I think he's only had 1 or 2 videos where he just finally threw his hands up and said, I can't fix it. It's just, some lady brought her son's old train set, which was an old Tyco set, and it was, he just said, there's nothing here to fix. It's plastic, and He says, put it up on the shelf. It looks real pretty. It'll never run. He's built a couple
All
for
right,
me already.
Well, our favorite, a couple of our favorites have just joined us.
Oh, good.
I'm late for a very important date. No time to say hello, goodbye. I'm late, I'm late, I'm late. No. I'm overdue. I'm really in a stew. No time to say goodbye. Hello, I'm late, I'm late, I'm late.
Welcome, Joe.
Yay.
Glad you finally could join us. And then we have another.
Dutch boy.
Ollie.
Gosh, that picture's almost a year old now.
Yeah.
All right. And we have yet another has joined us.
To Canada, it's a Maple Leafs Day. Canada.
Welcome, Floyd. All right, I think we're caught up now. Cool
So
beans.
where's that freaky guy?
I don't know where he's at. He said
Yeah.
he was going to make it, but he'd probably be late.
He'll show up at the last minute.
Yeah. No kidding. Well, our commuter has been running for an hour now nonstop. Well, it got on a couple dirty spots a little bit ago.
Steve, you got trains
Stop.
running for an hour, and I've still got for my last, well, not last, but next to last video, the train wreck behind me. I haven't even moved the cars. The engines are all piled up. That was the steam engine challenge. I haven't even looked into the last challenge with freight cars. Yeah, thought about it. I just haven't felt like it.
You sent a picture last week, Hi? Oh, I must have missed it. If it was during the stream.
I saw
I've
High's
seen
last video. They even commented.
Let me see if I can find it. Hi. Oh, I bet you this is it. I think I found it. Hi. All right, hang tight, hang tight. I will bring it up. I think this is it. There we go.
Ah, I
Zoom.
hadn't seen that picture. Yeah.
There's Ollie. Boy, he's gotten big.
What happens when you feed them well?
Yeah. That's our mascot, Ollie.
And according to High, that's a lighthouse in the background.
Yes, it is. It looks like a heavy house to me, but okay. R. Cool. Well, that made my day. We got a picture of Ollie.
Good.
And Is that my daughter? Oh, yeah, my daughter's here. Oh, well.
I was telling Steve earlier, I had a super nice visit with my son yesterday. He had to be at work at 3:30 a.m. this morning. Means he had to leave his house no later than 2:30. So he had to be up at 2 in the morning. And he's got to work tomorrow. He says his next day off is next Thursday. So 2 weeks, he's only had 1 day off. But they're considering today Black Friday as same as a holiday. So all the employees at work get holiday pay. Since it's normally his day off, he's getting time and a half plus holiday pay.
Yep, double time and a half.
The first 10 hours he gets time and a half, but he works 10 hours days. So the last 2 hours he gets double time. So that's 2 days of all of that. I think he figured, of course, taxes, all that garbage, but he's going to get pretty close to $2,000 for working 2 days. I never had a job like that.
Yeah, but didn't Trump's deal overtime is not taxable? Isn't that the case?
I don't know. Everything keeps changing. I have no idea. My son doesn't either. He just says, I know I'm going to get caught up on all the money that he lost last December and January taking care of his mother. So
I think you get taxed, but at normal hour rate and not at the time and a half rate. I think.
My son did share a kind of a funny story about his work, because we all know there's the employees that try not to work and or they scheme and everything else. And this one guy, he's there. Nobody really likes him, but he's there. And Sam, my son, was taking time off to take his mother, doctors, hospital, stuff like that. And this guy went to not his manager, but the next one up and said, Sam is, he's not taking care of his mother. He's out looking for another job. And my son is the type that's really quiet, does his job, goes the extra mile. If they ask him to do something, he just goes out and does it. And upper management went to my son's boss and asked what he thought. And he says, no, his mom's got cancer real bad and he's taking care of her. All like that. They gave my son a raise. He got a raise.
Cool. Now, see, I was exempt. So we didn't get anything. You get holiday pay, but if you had to work, you don't get anything else. All right.
So the guy that tried to get Sam in trouble, he goes, hey, that's a pretty good deal. Maybe I can get a raise. So a few months later, he gave him some kind of story. He needed the day off because he needed to take somebody. They called him into the office and they said, you try that again, you don't work here. Get back to work.
Now, my son is an engineer, but since he doesn't have anybody reporting to him, he's a salaried, non-exempt person. So what that means is he's got a salary, but they still have to pay him time and a half for any overtime he works. So, which is a pretty good deal.
Yeah.
And they keep offering him they want to make his title engineering manager, in which case he would become exempt. And even with the pay raise, he'd lose money.
Oh, I got something to share with you. This is kind of related. All of our subjects we just been, except for the food. On Facebook, there's a lot of different groups. Now there's N-Scale, there's HO, there's Scenery, there's this and that. And one that I kind of got invited, and I think it's called Just HO Trains, and it's pictures like yours, Steve, trains running, still pictures. And so I shared some pictures, and the other day I found some really old ones going back 2008 when we had Battleship Row and the aircraft carrier and the trains going by, and it's impressive. I mean, here's an 8-foot and a 9-foot, whatever, battleship and an aircraft carrier, and here's my big long train going by it. So last night I was trying to find the site to just see what's going on, and a similar site came up, and here's a picture of all of Benny's ships, the battleships, the aircraft carrier, the destroyers. One of the other members has Miramar Air Base in Santa Barbara and all the planes out on the tarmac.
Miramar's not in Santa Barbara.
It's isn't it close to it?
No, it's like on the north end of San Diego.
Oh, okay. Anyway, I don't know. It's an air base. It's not there anymore. Well, the one he did isn't there anymore. But anyways, back to the story. As we got a few minutes left. So all of a sudden, here's all these pictures of the ships and everything. And the guy says, I just saw this a few weeks ago, this great display of all this stuff. And I'm thinking, a few weeks ago. Two things. One, the guy that has the ships and everything just got out of the hospital. He had complications to surgery some time ago, got infection. He was in really bad shape, and he hasn't done anything for a couple of months. We did have a show in October. I wasn't around, but he wasn't there either, and neither were the ships. Plus, I can see in the background, I know exactly where this is at. Okay, let that slide. I'm reading through the comments, and somebody wrote, yeah, this is really great. I just saw him in Wisconsin. I go, ain't no way we've been in Wisconsin. And then there's use awesome and check out the ships and all like that. And I'm thinking, where are these people coming up with this stuff? So I didn't contradict the 4 weeks ago. I didn't contradict the Wisconsin. I just put down, I'm the current vice president, next year president of the HDMMRC, and then typed in www.hdmmrc.com. Up pops our logo, the whole thing. So I need to, after the show, go see if there's any
Where are you
comments.
guys coming up with this? Ray, Coronado is not near L.A. Coronado is across the bay from San Diego.
Yeah,
All right.
that's
Now, I
up in
guess
Iowa.
being near something is relative, I guess. But it is directly across the bay from San Diego. All right. The military base, the airfield there is North Island. It's where the carriers, a lot of carriers are based out of. And the Hotel Del Coronado is there, but I forget the name of the Jack Lemmon and Marilyn Monroe movie was filmed there, but famous place. But yes, Ray, Miramar is in the San Diego area, but Coronado is, in my opinion, nowhere near. And to answer Steve's question, we got another geography quiz going on here. Tijuana is just over the border south
See,
of San Diego. So
oh yeah. I could be in Tijuana in about, depending on holiday traffic, probably 3 hours.
I could be there probably 4.
If you flew.
Yeah. If I
Tijuana.
flew. So
But I thought that was really strange seeing these pictures and the guy saying he just saw it 4 weeks ago. It was more like 4 or 5 months ago. That could have been a typo. But this other guy saying, "Oh yeah, I just saw him in Wisconsin."
Yeah, that
What
one
in the
didn't
world?
happen.
What are you guys smoking? Yeah, I know that. Yeah, that's weird.
That's okay, Ray. We understand. It's that age thing, right? Oh, sorry, Steve. Oh. Throw another one up there, and I won't answer it. I'll just do a Horseshack impression. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Huh.
Yeah, I should clean the track and run something. Yeah.
USS Blue Jacket is still in San Diego.
Never heard of it.
And I am guessing that it's a submarine. That's my guess. And it's probably at the bottom of the bay. It is a submarine. Well,
A submarine in Long Beach right next to the Queen Mary, but it's a Russian submarine. Everybody
Well,
Googling
USS
USS Blue Jacket?
Yeah, it was the last non-nuclear submarine,
Ah,
but it does not agree with Wikipedia. Does not agree with Steve. Notice I'm not saying Steve is wrong, but Wikipedia says it's in Oregon. I have been in a submarine in San Diego. But it wasn't an American submarine. It was a Russian submarine.
ooh.
It's right there on the bay next to the USS Midway aircraft carrier.
I've been on that aircraft carrier twice now. Yeah. That is worth going to. That if you go to San Diego, you got to do that. Of all the things in San Diego, and there's a lot of stuff that is up at the top. I'm trying to figure out why everything's dark and everything's.
Oh, wait a second.
The lights
Wait a second. Blue Back is the one in Oregon. Where's the Blue Jack?
We'll never know.
I don't know. I'm not seeing a Blue Jack.
Jacket.
Why? Huh. The Blue Back is in Oregon. The Blue Jack, I'm not finding anything.
Oh, I found it.
Where?
The USS Blue Jacket, a landlocked destroyer replica used to train recruits between 1968 and 93 at the.
Oh, it's Blue Jacket.
Yeah, but it says here it's in Orlando, Florida. Now you can't see that.
Huh.
There's
Yeah,
pictures
I ran
of
the
it.
wrong search. Blue Jacket. Man, it helps if you run the right search. You know that?
But it says Orlando, Florida. Interesting.
Well, it's been used more than once by the U.S. Navy. Once as a freighter.
Yeah, I found that one from 1950 to 1971. It was scrapped in 73. So that one's not around anymore.
Huh.
Anyway, interesting. Oh, here's another one.
refrigerator
Blue
ship.
Jacket.
Yeah, there's one that's a refrigerator ship. Interesting. All right.
Found
So much for all of that. I
Found
the
this
fake
one, but not much information on it.
That's the refrigerator ship.
That's a refrigerator. They got one of those up in Alaska, out on the Kodiak Islands. That when Alaska had the big earthquake, it damaged just about everything, and the fishing industry, the
Oh,
US
now
government
Steve's
gave them
changed
one
it.
of the.
Okay, Steve has changed it to the USS Recruit. Excuse me.
What's it called?
USS Recruit.
No. Okay.
USS Recruit. It's a landlocked dummy training ship.
That's one I was talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. Naval Training Center in Point Loma area of San Diego. Okay.
Which is
There's a big
interesting because
lighthouse.
when I just looked up, it said it was in Orlando, Florida. So maybe they have a couple of them. Who knows? Yeah.
Well, I just lost sound on, but I didn't derail. So anyway, okay. So my test was good. No derailments in an hour, and 15, 20 minutes, something like that.
Yay.
So that's good. All right. Anyway, we are over our 1 hour, barely, but we're over.
Went by pretty quick without any real train stuff. From turkeys to ships, that's doing pretty good.
So Ray says the Hornet Museum is still, excuse me, I got a little tickle in my throat. I wonder where that is, Ray. You should tell us. So anyway, we're going to call it a stream, guys. I want to thank everybody for showing up here at the Retirement Railroad 2.0 for Friday Live and lack of mail call. Hope everybody, all aboard the USS Turkey, Andy says. And I'm sure we'll all be eating more and more turkey as the weekend progresses. So with that, y'all have a great day. We'll see you.
Bye. Bye,
Bye
everybody.
now.